All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would love to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha, Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And this is going to be a video going into how great kingdoms in the past have been judged by fire for sexual immorality. Now, all throughout history, which have been recorded throughout history, and it has been known to mankind that any great kingdom that have lived by sexual immorality or have practiced sexual immorality were judged by fire. Sodom and Gomorrah and Pompeii are some of those examples. You know, being recorded in history and being passed down from generations to generations to warn mankind as to what happens to an unbelieving soul who would dare to live by sexual immorality and ungodliness. So here, you know, I decided, because we all know about Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, all sexual immoral practices, at the end of the day, it all goes back to ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, which was the very first city in the Holy Scriptures known to mankind to practice sexual immorality. And some of the things that was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah were things such as homosexuality, bestiality, pedophilia, incest, orgies, you know, women on women, you know, 3 women, 1 man, 3 men, 1 woman, you know. And those practices were passed down to the Greeks and eventually to the Romans, where the Romans picked up on those wicked practices. And as a result, they dedicated a city in Rome known as Pompeii. This was a city where major sexual immoral acts would take place. Okay, a place where men would have sex with beast children. Okay, women would have sex with beast children. You know, homosexuality, 3 men having threesomes, and you know, men running the train on other men, men running the train on women, and just all kind of confusion. So the Lord had a set time and day when this city in particular will be judged by fire. And this fire, this time, did not come from the heavens above. It came from the first heaven, which is the earth, which when you research into lava is no more than liquid fire. Okay, and thus anything that lava touches, it gets set on fire. It gets incinerated. So here it says the ancient Roman city of Pompeii was destroyed by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius on August 24th, 79 CE. The eruption covered the city in a thick layer of volcanic ash and other debris, killing thousands of people and burying the city for almost as long. Here are some details about the destruction of Pompeii. So now, who knows how this volcano could have erupted? Okay, we also know that throughout several YouTube videos in the past, we've seen YouTube videos where people have recorded angels in what the world calls UFOs hovering over volcanoes. And shortly after the departure of the angel, what happens next? The volcano erupts and ash and lava come spewing out of the volcano. So what I'm saying is that it could very well be possible that the Lord has sent an angel to cause that volcano to erupt, bringing judgment upon thousands of people who were into those sexual immoral acts. Okay? Because the Heavenly Father is not with sexual immorality. Okay? And a matter of fact, when you go to the book of Leviticus, the 20th chapter, I don't need to get it. The Lord said, the Lord gives you set judgments as to what happens to a wicked soul that would practice sexual immorality. If a man approaches unto a beast to lie down with it, he shall be put to death, and thou shalt slay the beast. You know, animals, they'll tell you thousands of people died, but you know, what about the animals? Thousands of animals died too. They had to die because when a human being have sex with an animal, it brings nothing but confusion to that animal. Okay, so the animal got to die. Okay. You know, if a man lie with mankind as he would with a woman, both of them had committed an abomination, they shall be surely put to death, right? Same thing with a woman. Okay? If a woman lied with a woman as she would with a man, the both of them had committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death, okay? Same thing with pedophilia. That's a sin unto death, okay? So, you know, the book of Leviticus, the 20th chapter, gives you set judgments as to what happens to a wicked soul that would practice sexual immorality. Adultery is also sexual immorality. You know, the penalty for that, of course, is death. So here are some of the details about the destruction of Pompeii. You know, earthquakes. Okay, there were earthquakes. So, you know, the Lord was angry. You know, he was upset with those practices. There were earthquakes during the eruption of this volcano. Okay, so it says a major earthquake. Okay, struck Mount. It says that a major earthquake struck Mount Vesuvius in 62 CE, and earthquakes continued for years as magma built up in the volcano's chamber. Okay, you see that? Okay, eruption. The eruption began in August 79 CE with fine ash falling on the city for 12 hours. Okay? Ashes for 12 hours. It says pyroclastic flows, a mixture of hot rock fragments, gases, and air, reached the city on August 25th, killing those who hadn't already died. So now let's check out damage. The city was covered in 14 to 17 meters of volcanic ashes. Okay. Response: the Roman administration faced challenges in delivering aid and managing reconstruction. Okay, they had to balance immediate relief with long-term rebuilding and consider the interests of various stakeholders. So, I mean, the point is that Pompey received a horrifying judgment because of the practices that was going on there. So just like how ancient Sodom and Gomorrah was judged by fire, Pompey was judged by fire. Okay? Killing thousands. Now, when we read Romans 15 verse 4, it says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope." So everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning. So when you read stories in the book of Genesis about Sodom and Gomorrah, and you read about the practices that went on there and the judgments that came with it, you understand that the reason why the Lord destroyed ancient Sodom and Gomorrah by fire and brimstone was because of those wicked practices. Okay? Because what did the angel tell Lot before Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed? "Get thee up and flee from this place, for the Lord have seen the corruption of this place, for every man have corrupted his way." You see? If we come over here to the book of Isaiah, okay, chapter 13, and I'll just start at 19. It speaks about a much similar judgment that Babylon the Great is going to receive. Because you got to remember, in Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, and I believe the 14th verse, this country, which is known as Babylon, America, which is known as Babylon in the Holy Scriptures, is known as a sinful kingdom upon the face of the earth. Okay? A sinful kingdom. So, you know, you see what goes on here in America. Basically, the same practices that you read about that went on in Pompeii, that went on in ancient Sodom and Gomorrah. Sexual immorality, okay? This country is known for its sexual immorality. Okay? You know, and what's the proof of that? Well, when you get on the internet, what do you see on the internet? Well, you see all kind of porn, right? Now, me personally, I don't watch porn, you know, but I'm bringing this out for edification and for informational purposes, that on the web, you know, you'll find various different pornos, okay? And within those videos, what do you see? You see men running train on women, okay? You see men on men, you know, and, you know, just all kind of vile and sexual immoral acts, you know. You see incest going on, you know. You seeing, you know, women getting sodomized against their will, and just all kind of sick acts, okay? And a lot of these things that you see over the internet, they're recorded here in America. Okay? Now, yeah, you know, Japan might be doing them things, China might be doing them things, but who did they learn those practices from? They learned them from Babylon the Great, who is described as being a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. Drunken with what? with her ways, her practices. So Babylon, Isaiah 13 verse 19, the glory of kingdoms in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, right? The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You see that? Because the same practices that went on in Sodom and Gomorrah, which was destroyed by fire and brimstone, is going on here in America. So a part of the reason why this country, known as Babylon the Great in the Holy Scriptures, a part of the reason why this place is going to be annihilated by nuclear fire is because of the sexual immoral acts going on here. And there's all kind of sexual immoral acts that are happening here in this country that you don't even see over the internet, that you don't even hear about in the news, that you don't hear about anywhere, such as these high-ranking officials, these different officials that work for the government. Okay, these different officials that work for the government. You know, all these sexual and moral acts that they're doing to children. Okay, all these high-ranking government officials that you see, your Republicans, your advisors, your representatives, your congressmen, your Democrats, your presidents, they're all, you know, doing all kind of sexual immoral acts behind closed doors, especially to children. And you don't even hear about it. Okay? You don't even hear about it. You don't hear about it in the news, okay? Men running train on children. Okay? Disgusting, you know? You know, bestiality. There's just all kind of sick and wicked acts that go on behind closed doors. So you see, that's why the Bible says what? In Babylon, which is the United States of America, okay, the beauty of the child in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And how was ancient Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed? It was destroyed by fire and brimstone. And why do you think the Lord keep destroying these great kingdoms with fire? Because fire is one of the best cleansing agents on this planet. Okay? So indeed, this country, this sinful country, which, by the way, Yahushua, when he spoke to those wicked Israelites, he said, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh a sign. Now remember, adultery is a sexual immoral act. Okay, popping another man's woman, especially, you know, knowing that she got a man, but you over here dealing with her, you know, that's a sexually immoral act. So, you know, it says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. And why is that? Because after this country is wiped out by thermal nuclear fire, in which, according to biblical prophecy, this country is going to be hit with 200 million nuclear warheads. So after the fire and the smoke clear out, this place is going to be one big desert. But wild beasts of the desert, you see that, shall lie there, shall dwell here. Okay, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Okay, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, her days shall not be prolonged, because a kingdom that lives in a life of wickedness do not survive long upon the face of the earth. Every kingdom that was set up that was wicked was taken down, had a short time to rule. King Solomon's kingdom had a 40-year rule period, which is considered short compared to the rule of other kingdoms, okay? Ancient Egypt was around for, 400 plus years. What happened to that? 400 plus years is not really a long time when you think about it. 1,000 years to the Lord is as one day. Okay. 1,000 years is as one day to the Lord, you see? So 400 years, that's not even a day to the Lord, So every kingdom that was set up in wickedness was eventually taken down and destroyed. And the United States of America, which is Babylon the Great, is no different. So this video, everything that's written in the Bible serves as a warning, you see? So how's this country going to be destroyed? By fire, just like Sodom and Gomorrah, just like Pompeii. So I pray and hope that you sincere brothers of the hopeful elect, as well as you few sisters, have been edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say shalom and on to the next one.